All right, how is everybody? Let's talk about two stocks out here that are still getting some attention, still getting some gossip and all the right things. I'm talking about Tempus real fast and talking about RR here, obviously, Richtech Robotics. So these are two stocks. Obviously Tempus, been following Tempus for over a year now, since Nancy got involved with it, since, Kathy Wood's been involved with it. Still a lot of expectation and a lot of thought process that's going into Tempus here and where it could go. Right now, one of the strongest things I see with Tempus right now is their stock. It has got such an army of investors behind it. It is quite amazing to watch what is going on with that stock, because it is holding so good. I've said from day one, I think this is going to eventually move into a $100 position if they keep coming out with some pretty good quarterlies. They're actually not doing terrible when it comes to quarterlies. Obviously, it's a new company, new things going on. But nonetheless, it's going well. It's going well. And maybe this is the reason why Kathy, Kathy, obviously, but Nancy, was involved with this stock long ago. And, it's doing well. It's doing very well. Even with that fall we had at the beginning of the year here around April, it has come back to survive up in these high now low 70 numbers. It's amazing to watch what's going on with this. So, I think Tempus right now is telling investors one thing, that it is a very swing traded stock. It's a very healthy stock to where it is pushing up into higher numbers regardless of, what people think it's going to do. This has been a $90 stock here. People are willing to pay that for this stock right now. We've seen people pay 80, we've seen people pay 90 on the dot. And more than likely, going into next year's market, the expectation around the stock could really help push it up where it's going to go. Healthcare, AI being such a force right now in the market. I've said this time and time again, this is going to go a lot into the conversation too with Richtech here, but I think there's always a theme in the market. I think every year in the market there's a theme. Now obviously there's a theme within like every president. Every president comes in with like their kind of focus, what they're doing, and Trump did that the first time, Biden did that here just a moment ago, and Trump's is 100% doing that again. And Trump is just essentially doubling down on technology, security, healthcare, a lot. There's a lot mixed in there with healthcare, but AI is, the overall view of a lot of what's being talked about, where the money is being spent right now. So Tempus has it all right now, and this is why investors, big investors, little investors, medium investors, are all looking and buying the stock. It's been a good stock this year. I've been really, I've been, I don't know if I want to say shocked, but I've been very pleased with how it's done here. And I don't say that to be cocky. I just say that because if Kathy Woods is involved with this, Nancy Pelosi, some other big investors that you can look up, that people may not even know who they are, but there's quite a force of fight behind the stock right now. So I just want to talk about it because, I saw some comments. People are like, why don't you talk about Tempus anymore? I'm still watching Tempus like a hawk. I really am. But, I think Tempus, to really see where Tempus is going to go into the future, I think it's definitely going to take just some more, time in the oven to see really what's going to happen here with this. It's no secret that Nancy was, a part of this company, the stock in general. But if Tempus, it really, talking about the overall company that will help push the stock price here into the future, if Tempus provides this AI-based diagnosis treatment of what it's trying to do, where people don't even have to see a doctor, they just, they use this. Essentially, this is one of the tools that they have, but this is going to really change just more of what's already changing in just our overall global system, with everything from buying houses to cars to anything. Now it's in healthcare. This is really going to change up a lot of stuff dramatically here, and Tempus is very much getting a lot of backing in this area right now, to where it's money's being pushed into it. It's doing very well on stock exchange, and yeah, don't kid yourself. This is a real lively fighting stock right now. I think a lot of people need to keep paying attention to what's going on with it. And friends, just talking about Richtech, Richtech, I've been watching here. Obviously, the main thing right now with Richtech, and this is where I talk about the themes of the market. So you have Tempus, who is involved in AI healthcare. Okay. Maybe that could be something in the market, more of a theme in the market in the future, obviously. But I seem to think next year there is high potential for, and this is where I'm looking at right now for the future of 2026 in the market right now. I'm going to give you a clue to where I'm looking at. It's robotics. It's robotics 100%. And this is where I look at Richtech and I go, well, maybe Richtech, obviously working with NVIDIA working with them, them pushing, obviously being robotic company. I really do think, and I think what's going to set a lot of this off here is with Tesla and Optimus, Optimus being Tesla's robot that will be released here, full-fledged released here in, 2026. So this could really jumpstart a lot of robotics, maybe here in 2026, where there could be, it could start a feeding frenzy where people are looking at more robotics. And now, obviously, there's other robotic companies, but Richtech here having, a lot of good things happen here this year so far. A lot of positives happen here to a company that hasn't had a lot of positives, lately. Things are changing over there. So I don't say that right now I look at Richtech, and I'm talking about it because it's getting talked about quite a bit, and I've seen a lot of comments. I don't like to talk about things that people are actually asking me about. I try to get to things here, but Richtech is a situation where it's still a messy situation, and I say that kindly as I can. There could be a moment here where this company really starts to do well in quarterlies. Right now is not that moment. They're still behind in quarterlies, and obviously that is a huge thing you need for any company you invest in, for them to be hitting quarterlies. So right now with Richtech not doing that, I look at this and I go, well, there's something to be said that this stock could find a better spot here in the future. I don't think that people should shy away from it. I think they should look at what's going to happen here in the future with it. But two, one reason this stock shot up here lately is because NVIDIA has been talking a lot about robotics. And if this conversation continues with, it's not so much if, it's when this conversation continues with robotics going into next year. And I do think that there could be a theme in the market next year with robotics being a very heavy topic. So we could see Richtech just get into somewhat of a feeding frenzy, next year, because what we've already seen with them getting attached to NVIDIA here, a lot of people have been paying attention to this stock here. I mean, huge push up in the stock here just in the past 60 days. I mean, my God, not even 60. Just look at what's happening with the stock price. So, friends, that's kind of what I want to say here. Short, little, sweet, to the point videos. I really just bullet point these out to where what I think I'm seeing, what I'm mapping out with these. I don't know that either of them will be future stocks, future companies that are going to make people extremely rich. Obviously, Tempus is doing very well when it comes to what it's done this year and where it's going. I mean, it's made people a lot of money at the stock price. The survival of the company is looking better and better. But when we talk about Richtech here, still very much a very, bare bones of the company, really building a foundation right now where they're trying to go. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see what both of them are going to do. Keep them on your watch list, and let me know what you think about them. And, I'm going to tune back into them here and there and see what's going on with them. So, friends, I wish all of you the best of luck. I really do mean that, and I appreciate you being here. Friends, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.